Taking a start with that speech that was given by Rahul Gandhi, the Congress Vice President, today in the Parliamentary Board meet with his own party and issuing a statement indirectly once again hitting out at the Prime Minister, accusing him of playing TRP politics. He went on to add the Prime Minister is a prisoner of his own image. Let's take a listen in.
The Congress Party never gave India a Prime Minister who was a prisoner of his own image. We never gave India a Prime Minister who was ready to inflict such tremendous suffering on the people in India to protect his own personality. We never gave India a Prime Minister who based his entire policy-making strategy on TRPs. 85 soldiers have been martyred. This is the highest number of soldiers we have lost in more than a decade. We gave the government our full support during the surgical strikes. And I would like to say here that we will support any action that helps India defeat terrorism. But policy cannot be based on ad hoc responses to events. The price of not taking action through is simply too high. It is high time that the government develops a coherent strategy. We were told that the idea behind the strikes was to stop Pakistan from cross-border attacks. There have been 21 major attacks and hundreds of ceasefire violations since the surgical strikes. The government has got itself into a complete mess with regards to Pakistan. Their policy on Pakistan is a complete failure. On the 8th of November, the Prime Minister single-handedly decided to declare war on the world's fastest growing economy. A huge portion of India's poor use cash, as Siddhartha-ji explained. These are honest, hard-working people. Farmers need cash to buy seeds, small shopkeepers need cash, fishermen need cash, day laborers are paid in cash, housewives save cash to use on a rainy day. All cash is not black money, and all black money is not cash. He really failed to deliver on the promise. Then on November 8th, he suddenly decided to change that. For reasons known only to the Prime Minister, he confused India's entire cash economy with a black economy.
Let's get in more details there from our senior correspondent Paulmi Saha with us. Paulmi, there's a number of issues there that he's raised in which he's tried to justify in using that term TRP politics, TRP leader that we have playing out figures as far as the highest ceasefire violations in a given time, as far as the financial losses that we've seen in the past few years, in the past few days, which is recorded as the highest in the decade. How is the Congress continuing to justify this nature of attack in making it really personal, directing it at the Prime Minister, not the government, not the PMO, but directly at Prime Minister Modi?
Well, of course, the Congress Vice President did lead from the front as far as this Congress Parliamentary Party meeting was concerned. This was the first such meeting of the CPP that Rahul Gandhi was chairing for the first time. In fact, because earlier it was Sonia Gandhi, but in her absence, it was him who was chairing this meeting. And the Congress is definitely enthused about this statement that he's made. Basically, the fact that he led from the front, that he's been direct, he's been hard-hitting in terms of the attack that he's launched on the Prime Minister. And yes, he did try to give it a persona spin, really, in terms of the entire speech revolving around how the Prime Minister has made every issue in this country allegedly about himself, be it demonetization, be it surgical strikes, be it India's Pakistan policy and vis-a-vis Jammu and Kashmir as well. He's touched upon all of these issues, and yes, he did target the Prime Minister directly, and it was right up at the start of the statement itself. If you put the statement down on a piece of paper, then it's 3 pages long, but this attack on the Prime Minister came in the third paragraph of the statement itself, where he said that the Prime Minister is more sort of involved with TRP politics. He's caught up, he's a prisoner of his own image, and he makes everything seem to be about his persona, be it about surgical strikes and, you know, how he wants to basically avenge our martyrs' deaths. But there have been so many more soldiers who have been dying at the border because of this policy as well, and hence he touches upon the Pakistan policy as well, which he says is such now that Kashmir continues to burn burn, as a result of which, whereas when Congress was in power at that point of time, up until 2014, they'd ensured that they had globally isolated Pakistan and ensured that terrorists, I beg your pardon, tourists were actually coming in by the plane loads to Srinagar for their holidays. So that was the policy of the Congress regime. It is not such at the moment with the Modi government.
All right, he's of course trying to justify that in listing those three main examples that we just play out in his quotes. Stay with us, Paulmi, but this is how the government has taken it. We're getting in these responses from the BJP, from union ministers. Let's take a listen in.
Friends from the Congress Party side, they have said the Prime Minister is doing all this for TRPs. What is TRP? You people are doing it for TRP because you are becoming irrelevant. You are becoming irrelevant. People have rejected your Bandh call. They have rejected your Akros rally. You are divided badly. You don't have a common strategy. You have no argument to put forth before the country. That's why you are not allowing the House. The Congress Party is hell-bent upon committing contempt of democracy.
What else does poor Rahul Gandhi have to do? His party has been in government for 60 years. Last 10 years, he himself was in power. But in all this time, besides spreading corruption like cancer into every corner of our society, besides looting the nation, 2G, CWG, starting from Bofors till now, this Congress party and this Gandhi family have got, besides scams, nothing to their credit. So now when a government has come in which is trying to root out black money and corruption, obviously Rahul Gandhi is not being able to understand because they never had this desire to understand.
Other political parties, part of the opposition maintaining on this, in this nature of statement, one will look at it once again hitting below the belt, the Congress making this fight far too personal to even allow Parliament to run. Paulmi, is my voice going through, please? Okay.
Yes, Sahir, I can hear you.
All right, Paulmi, that question being, have you had a chance to get in a word there from other opposition parties apart from the Congress on this? The Congress continues to justify that statement, of course, in quoting those examples and what they've seen play out in the past few days. But are the other opposition parties really in favor of making this fight far too personal? Because the stronger this continues, we're looking at a complete washout of both houses in Parliament.
That's right. I mean, definitely the opposition seems to be united in terms of their attack against the government is concerned. And yes, there are opposition parties which will tell you that the BJP has become all about a personality cult, really. It is all about Narendra Modi and it is all about safeguarding his persona, his image. Even if a policy goes wrong, even if a program goes wrong, it is about ensuring that the Prime Minister doesn't take the hit because it is the Prime Minister who is the star campaigner, who is the mascot for the party, really. And it is his he still manages to draw in the electorate. He still manages to draw in the voters by the thousands and the lakhs, really, everywhere he goes. So that popularity rating hasn't taken a hit, really, and that's exactly what the Congress is trying to target. Hence, they're making it personal. They're not making it just about the government. They're making it about the Prime Minister, really, because the Prime Minister, they do realize, is going to be the star campaigner, as I said, going forward into the assembly elections as well. The BJP has realized that that's their trump card. It's not about projecting chief ministerial faces and going into elections with certain individuals that the electorate may or may not connect with immediately. But yes, the Prime Minister is someone who they connect with immediately, and that's the phase that they're going to use going forward into these very crucial Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Goa elections as well. And that's exactly the cult, that personality cult that the opposition, specifically the Congress, of course, since we're talking about the Congress party, that's what they're trying to target. And yes, there are opposition parties that would agree with the same.
We're going to be playing out more reactions that are coming from other opposition parties there as well. We'll play out some responses coming from BJP spokespersons as well. But as far as making this fight personal there goes, is that how the TMC has seen it as well? The TMC, of course, is echoing similar sentiments, using different arguments here.
That's right, because the TMC has spotted a national opportunity this time round. The TMC is marching forward into other states. That's what they've realized. This is Mamata Banerjee's moment of, moving forward in terms of having a national footprint. She spotted that opportunity in the whole demonetization policy, which was announced by the Prime Minister on November 8th. She realized the kind of effects it would have on the ground. She was at least quick to pick up on it. The Congress initially, if you remember, Seher, was congratulating the government on this move and saying it was all very well and very good on November 8th. That was their first reaction until they did realize what kind of repercussions and inconveniences it could have on the ground and tried to cash in on the same. Mamata Banerjee was quick to realize what it could do on the ground really in terms of the hardships that the people could face, and she decided to cash in on the same. She's going to Punjab and talking about it. She's going to Uttar Pradesh talking about it. She's going to Bihar and talking about it. The Trinamool doesn't have any kind of footprint in any of these states, but she does realize that this is a big opportunity, and that's exactly why she's ensuring that there is no, absolutely no amount of progress that's made inside both houses of parliament in terms of any kind of dialogue, in terms of any kind of discussion, debate on the demonetization issue.
Right.
Yesterday it was about her Indigo flight, which wasn't given priority, landing at Kolkata airport. Today it's about the army launching a coup of sorts in West Bengal.
That's right, and this is how the BJP has chosen to hit out, in fact, react to Rahul Gandhi's drive there. Let's take a listen in.
So the Congress Party, which has received a severe drubbing in 2014 by subverting the office of Prime Minister, today still owes an explanation to the people. Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi is an elected Prime Minister. He is not a nominee of a family. He has the support of the entire country. People wanted a Prime Minister, a hands-on Prime Minister, who can take the charge of the country and ensure that this country is brought to glory once again. And that's what Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji is doing.
See, Rahul Gandhi, before commenting on the competence of the Prime Minister, should rather introspect about his own competence. I would say that it is the frustration of incompetence of Mr. Rahul Gandhi that he is making such kind of unfounded utterances. Anyways, Rahul Gandhi by and large is a non-issue and has been rejected by not only the country, but in a way by the Congress as well, and the frustration is speaking today.
राहुल जी की बात को कौन सीरियस लेता है आजकल? राहुल जी की बात को कौन सीरियस लेता है आजकल? राहुल जी की बात को कौन सीरियस लेता है आजकल? राहुल जी की बात को कौन सीरियस लेता है आजकल?
राहुल गांधी बुखलाए हैं, फ्रस्ट्रेशन में हैं। जो काला धन उनका इस समय डिमोनेटाइजेशन के कारण फंस गया है, वो तड़प रहे हैं। और इससे पहले राहुल गांधी भूल गए हैं कि इससे पहले जब जम्मू कश्मीर की अलग अलग सरकारें रही हैं, तो जब 2002 में मुफ्ती साहब की सरकार बनी थी तो उसमें कांग्रेस तो शामिल थी। 2002 में कांग्रेस और पीडीपी की सरकार थी। आज उनको नया क्या याद आ गया? राहुल गांधी बुखलाए हुए हैं और जिस तरीके से बढ़िया तरीके से सरकार जम्मू कश्मीर के अंदर चल रही है, ये उनकी बौखलाहट है कि इस किस्म की वो विवादास्पद बयानबाजी कर रहे हैं।
All right, that's the nature of response there coming in from the BJP. We'll have to leave it at that, Paul. Thanks for those inputs. We're switching focus to